Read that for me.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof.
That's usually what happens. When you start making excuses in your mind, well, I'm just surfing. I'm posting classes online. I'm posting, and not knowing that in your mind, you know the intention behind it. You looking into stuff that you shouldn't be looking. And when you see that, and you don't try to cut yourself from doing it, it's not gonna get easier, because you're making provision for the flesh, and it's not gonna get easier. That's what you read earlier. It says, when lust has conceived, bring forth death, because now you no longer say, I'm tired of scrolling down. Let me go on the website. Let me. It's not really. I'm just gonna scan through. Now that's not good enough. Actually, I got a question before I continue. Who knows? Is it a sin to watch porn? And if yes, raise your hand. If no, okay, I see a few hands. All right, then my next question now, why? I will need scripture, of course. Oh, jeez. Only one hand I can explain why? All right, let me hear you. I'll start with Gideon. Soldier Gideon, let me hear you.
Shalom, leadership. We just read one a while ago in Sirach 9, verse 5, stare not on a beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
So watching porn is just staring on that. So, yes.
What's the arm behind that?
What's that?
What's the arm behind watching porn?
What's the arm?
Yes.
The harm. He don't.
Harm.
He
harm.
Yes, the harm.
Hey, forgive me. It's that's my second language, all right? So forgive me. Some words I'll mess up and pronounce. I'm sorry.
Well,
yes.
It will cause you to spill your seed, as in Leviticus.
Cause you to spill your seed. What does that mean?
I think they referring to when Onan spent the seed and he ain't want to raise up seed to his brother.
So,
but if you don't understand it, it look like he spilled the seed. And
so give us the understanding, please, soldier.
In Deuteronomy 22, it's saying that when your brother dies, that you got to raise up seed to his brother. If your brother dies, you got to go into his wife.
This was it, 25?
And raise
Is
up.
it 24,
25, 22, somewhere.
Yeah. Let's get that. Good job, soldier. So let me deal with you again. So it's not talking about spilling seed is an issue.
No, sir.
Why was it an issue with Onan?
Onan, he just wanted to deal with the woman, and he didn't want to raise up seed to his brother.
Right, he didn't want to follow the commandment. Right, 25 and 5. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 25 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger.
So it's saying the widow, she shall not marry to a stranger, meaning someone outside of that family. Okay? Let me see if anybody pays attention to what we teach. When did I cover this? Which class did I cover this in? I went extensive, in depth on this particular instance. See? Brothers don't take notes. Brothers not paying attention. Okay, let me see. What's another story in the Bible outside of Onan that deals with this particular topic? Let's see. 1 hand, 2 hands, 3. Let me hear Josiah.
Hey, shalom, leadership. Happy Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath.
It's when the Pharisees were trying to trap Christ in his words, asking
Okay, yes.
about the wives.
Whose wife they're gonna be in the kingdom?
In the kingdom.
That's a good one.
Yes, sir.
That's a good one. What else? Give me another instance when this was applied.
You don't know that's okay.
Okay, you got one. Zerubbabel.
Shalom, leadership.
Shalom.
Boaz and Ruth.
There you go. Good. All right, all praise. I feel better. So they did listen. All right. Read it again.
Deuteronomy 25 and verse 5.
Come on.
If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger.
Uh-huh.
her husband's brother
Her
shall,
what?
her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take her to him to wife. And
Right. So Onan, he didn't want to do that. He did not want to take his brother's wife to wife, because what he was supposed to do, he's supposed to impregnate her to carry on the seed, the lineage. He didn't want to do that. So instead of discharging in her, he pulled out. Because of the commandment, he was supposed to what? Have children with her. He didn't want to do that. So that was the sin. But is it a sin to spill seed? Yes or no? Okay. Y'all said yes. That's what y'all say. So they said yes. Who agrees yes? Let me see hands. Who agrees no? Let me see hands. Raji didn't participate. You're not sure. Okay, see, that's why we got to go over it. All praises. Let's continue to read, officer.
her husband's brother shall go in unto her.
Come on.
And take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
Uh-huh.
And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother.
There it is. That firstborn son that the widow and the deceased brother have is supposed to continue in the deceased brother's name. That is why that law was established. For example, let's say the brother who's deceased had 10 kids, but all of them were girls. Will his name live on? No, his name will not live on, because who carries the seed? The male. So the Most High instituted this law just in case that were to happen. So the brother of the deceased would impregnate the wife, and the firstborn male that comes out will be in his brother's name, so his name can continue on the earth. Y'all got that? Now let's go to Genesis 38 with Onan. Okay. 38 and it's like 7 or 8, something like that.
Genesis.
Do me a favor. Just start at verse. No, it's not 30. Wait, no, it is 38. It is 38.
Verse 7?
Start at 1. Just start at verse 1.
Genesis chapter 38 and verse 1.
Come on.
And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adulamite, whose name was Hira. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her.
Come on.
And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name And she conceived again and bare a son, and she called his name Onan.
Mm-hmm.
And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shelah. And he was at Chezib when she bare him. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him.
Right. So the firstborn, he was put to death because the Most High saw him as wicked. Watch this.
Verse 8. And Judah said unto Onan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother.
To thy brother. That was the commandment, to raise up seed to thy brother, right? To continue his name on the earth, right? Read.
Verse 9. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his.
See, he knew that. He knew the commandment. He knew why God instructed him to do it. Okay, he knew that the seed would not be his. It would be his brother's name that would carry on in the earth. Read on.
And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother.
Think about how evil that is. His brother is dead and gone, but he didn't want to carry his name on. So when it was time to discharge, he spilled it on the ground. And remember, verse 9 says he knew, he had the understanding on why he was doing what he was doing. Read.
Verse 10. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also.
Right. He got put to death. Why? Abishai.
Because he knowingly knew why he was supposed to fulfill his duty, but but he did the opposite.
Yeah, he did the opposite. All right. So that's why the Most High put him to death. All right. So there is nothing wrong with spilling seed. It's not the reason why there's nothing wrong, because we can't read about a law that says thou shalt not spill seed. The reason why God killed him is because he did not want to honor his brother in carrying his name on the earth. If there's any confusion, please let me know, because we'll continue. You got it? What about you? You got a better understanding, Raji? Got a better understanding. All right, so cool. So that's what that's going into. All right, very good. Continue, officer.
I'm going to get another precept on that, Cap. Let me get Leviticus 15, verse 16, to show you that does happen, and he's going to explain. Read that for me.
Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 16. And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the even.
So what would that be written? To show you when you are involved, you sexually involved, there are chances stuff like that will happen. So it was written, if seed come out of you, that means it didn't go where it should have gone. It's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's showing you that you will be unclean, and you got to wash all these things that the seed fall on. So that's another proof to show you it's not a sin. All right?
And I want to say, y'all think about how wicked that was. Onan could have had many children after that. He didn't want his brother's name to be spread. Because what would have hurt him to have that child and then have more? That's how wicked he was. He didn't want to push his brother's name. That's why God put him to death. Because that was a selfish reason he didn't want to do it.
Here's the other example. Go to Esther chapter 4. No, Ruth chapter 4.
Ruth chapter 4 and verse 1. Then went Boaz up to the gate and sat him down there. And behold, the kinsman of Boaz came by, unto whom he said, Ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down.
So Boaz kinsmen are family, okay? Like cousins, so forth and so on. Read on.
Verse 2. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, Sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsmen, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land.
So just so y'all understand, Naomi and her husband went to Moab, the land of China you would call today, and because there were famine in the land, so they were looking for a better life. And while they were there, not only her husband died, and her 2 sons died as well. But Ruth was the only one that remained that didn't want to stay back, so he would stay with Naomi. Okay, just so you guys have an idea what's going on. Read on.
So, and verse 3, and he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech. And I thought to advertise thee, saying, Buy it before the inhabitants, and before the elders of my people. If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it besides thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it.
So there is an order going into, like let's say, if I were to die, my brother will be the next one. If all the brothers are dead, then the next cousin will be the one that will inherit. And Boaz was further out. There's another one that come before Boaz. So he's telling him, redeem that parcel of land. If you don't, then I will redeem it. Okay? And he said, I will redeem it. He agreed to redeem the parcel of land. Read.
Verse 5. Then said Boaz, What day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
Here goes the law again. It says, while you buying the parcel of land, there's the Moabitess, which was, again, if you read the history, you'll understand why they end up marrying other nations, so you don't think it's okay. All right? And then it says, while you're doing that, make sure you buy the wife of the man as well, so you can carry the name for that brother that passed. Read on.
Verse 6. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar my own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it.
He back off. He said, nope, I can't do that. If I go ahead and redeem it, then I'm going to destroy my own inheritance. The same thing that brother did in the son of Judah. The same thing. He says, no, I don't want to mess up my own, destroy my own inheritance. You can. I'll give you my right. Take her. He was going to redeem the land, but the moment he find out that there's a woman from another nation included, he back off. But Boaz understood, says, I can't do that. I have to raise up seed for my brother, and which the same seed that Christ came from, the same lineage that Christ came from. So to show you all that was spiritual.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed, but at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us a spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.